Hello, my name is Daniel Moore, and today I'll be going over my Google React book search. So it's just using the Google Books API. You can search for a book and it'll return the books from that search. You can view the book. You can also click the link to the book, which will open up in a new tab. And then you can also save the book. Click save. It's been added to your library. Then you can go over to the save page. And in here you can see all the books that you've saved. And from here you can also delete books. Another book is no longer in the list. Delete this book, no longer in the list. Then you can also view the books here. Okay, so taking a look at the code. This is the React front end and back end that I have locally, which I've pushed up to Heroku, which is where my application is being hosted. So we got the build folder with all of our static front end, and then the public with all my images and stuff like that. So we have three main components with the banner, which just has the nav bar and the Google Books image. Then we have the book item, which is taking information from the page. Actually, let me start with the page. So the save page, this is where we're actually the search page. The search page is where we are fetching the API, storing the information into an array called book search, which is saved in the state. And then we're displaying that information in the results, in the result container here, which is taking from the book item and mapping the book search onto these: the key, the book, the button function, and the button name, with the button function being the save button, and the save button function taking all that information that's being mapped and posting it in a post request to the API in the back end. Now going to the save page. This is also using stored books and also mapping onto the stored books, but to get the stored books we're using a use effect, which just runs when the page loads, and we're setting the stored books as the data returned from that use effect, which gets back into goes into the API, grabs all the books that you've saved. And then in this case, the button function is the delete books function, which goes into the back end using the key, which is saved in the book, and deletes it, and then proceeds to reload the page so you don't see the book any longer. Now moving into the book item. This is where the book is being passed into with the button function and the button name. The button function being either the save button or the delete button, depending on which page you're on, and the button name being saved or delete, depending on the page. And the main function with this was to not only have like a modular book setup, but also to house the book modal, which we can click and it'll send the information that has been passed through the props, through the book prop, which we can send into the modal, which will display the information in that modal. And here we're checking to see if there's any image links. If there isn't any image links, I have a static image that just shows a no cover image found PNG. And then if there's no authors displayed, just NA, not applicable, or I guess no author, that could also stand for. And we also have two, I'm just using two JSON setup. One for the front end and then one for the back end. Server setup. Now taking a look at the back end of our SQLized connection, the database. Here's the book model, and going into the API with the routes. I just have it set up on API/books. I was running into some issues with the where I had an index file which had the API / which would serve a another / so then I could just have it on a/book, and then I would export the router. But just running into some issues where the route wasn't 100%, so I just decided to get rid of all that. So this is just a find all, and then return just plain, and then send the books. And then in this case, this is the post route. We're creating the books with the title, all that stuff. This is just so we could save it, have it in the database. And here we're deleting with the request parameter of ID, which is set equal to the key, which is the index in our database, or the it's not foreign key, it's the primary key. Yeah, it's the primary key of the book model, which will always be a set increment. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.